The Dallas Mavericks have one spot remaining and are adamant about finding a player to round up the roster heading into the next season. And on this channel, we went over a few players that have been linked to the Dallas Mavericks that could find their way onto the roster. And although a lot of people are saying we need another big to replace Dwight Powell, or some people think that we need another power forward to replace Maxey to be a proper backup to PJ Washington, it seems like the Dallas Mavericks are going in a completely different direction and are looking for another ball handler, another guard. And we talked about how there may be a potential reunion between either Spencer Dinwiddie or Dennis Smith Jr. But it seems like the Dallas Mavericks have their eyes on another player, as reports show that just the other day they had a workout with Malachi Flynn of the Detroit Pistons. So on this video, we're going to talk about Malachi Flynn, what he could provide for the Dallas Mavericks, strengths, weaknesses, and whether or not he's a good fit. But how's it going, everybody? My name is Marcel Martin. This is Mavs Digest, bringing you the latest news on everything Mavericks related. And before we get started with today's video, as always, only 9.3% of you guys have that bell turned on. I'm trying to bring you guys the best content possible, even if you don't like some of the videos I post. I do want to bring you guys content on a very consistent basis, and if you don't want to miss out on a single thing I post, make sure you ring that bell, and I'd appreciate it greatly. But, like I said in the intro, the Dallas Mavericks do have one roster spot left, as we've talked about over the last few weeks, and there have been a lot of players linked to the Dallas Mavericks that we could potentially go after. Marcus Morris was one of them, Spencer Dinwiddie, Dennis Smith Jr. The Dallas Mavericks don't really have a strong need to fill out that spot, but if we are to fill out that spot as just an insurance policy if someone gets injured, it looks like the guard position is the position that the Mavericks are looking at. And like I've said before, Spencer Dinwiddie and Dennis Smith Jr. have it on the radar. The Dallas Mavericks have considered bringing one of two former guards back to the team in Spencer Dinwiddie and Dennis Smith Jr., league sources told Hoops Hype. Should Dinwiddie and Smith Jr. land elsewhere, Malachi Flynn is also on Dallas's radar. So the other day, or about a week ago, I made a video about Spencer Dinwiddie or Dennis Smith Jr., and I didn't really speak that much about Malachi Flynn because I didn't really think Malachi Flynn was an actual option. I really did think that the Mavericks would make a strong push for someone who's already been on the team. There's some familiarity, some chemistry, more so with Spencer Dinwiddie, and I mean, Luka likes Dennis Smith Jr., so I think that would be enough to bring someone like him back, right? So I wasn't really sold on Malachi Flynn. He was drafted by the Toronto Raptors. He was an end of the bench type of guy, only got time in garbage time. He got traded to the New York Knicks, then got traded to the Detroit Pistons. So for all intents and purposes, he is somewhat of a journeyman. He did have one 50-point game against Atlanta Hawks where DeJounte Murray was supposed to guard him, but still dropped 50 on him. But I don't really think that's enough to really warrant a roster spot with the Dallas Mavericks. But I think that if we are just exercising all options, because you never know if Spencer Dinwiddie and Dennis Smith Jr., maybe they want too much, or maybe they just aren't a good fit, and maybe someone like Malachi Flynn does fit better, that's up to the front office to decide. As fans, we just got to watch and see what happens. But the other reports that we want to look at is that the Detroit Pistons won't tender Malachi Flynn a qualifying offer. League source told Hoops Hype the 26-year-old guard who scored a career-high 50 points earlier this season will become an unrestricted free agent. And since, like I said just a while ago, he has been a journeyman, end of the bench type of guard. He is only 6'1", a smaller guard. I know a lot of people don't want us to get another small guard, but you could get him for the cheap. And if you get somebody like Malachi Flynn for as little as you can offer him, and he accepts it, I don't know, maybe get another 50-point game out of just some guy at the end of the bench, the 15th man. Who knows? But the strengths and weaknesses that Malachi Flynn could bring to the team like the Dallas Mavericks, it's really hard to tell, because someone of that size who does play pretty good defense for his size, he does play decent defense. He isn't a lockdown defender that the Dallas Mavericks have already, but someone to just handle the ball, make a few passes, someone that, to an extent, like Dante Exum, who can handle the ball. He can get his own shot off. He can shoot the three ball very well, but Dante Exum isn't going to just take over the game, just take it upon himself to lead the team. Malachi Flynn is sort of in the same vein, that same player, where, okay, Luka's on the bench, Kyrie's on the bench, Flynn just for 2-3 minutes go out there and just handle the ball, bring it down, pass the ball, get someone open there. Maybe that's what Malachi Flynn could be for us. He is a good passer. He has a good basketball IQ. For the most part, he can create his own shot. He can score if need be. Nothing at an elite level. And if you're going to give the last roster spot with very little money, that's the type of player that you really go after. You're not really going to get any big name player with the amount of money that we currently have, and with that last spot, it's not going to go to somebody who should be a starter or should be in a rotation. Definitely somebody at the end of the bench like a Malachi Flynn. But the strengths are there. Like I said, the playmaking, the passing, the average defense, it's definitely there. He's been in the league long enough, and he knows a thing or two. The weaknesses, I think it really just comes down to his size. Like I said, he's 6'1". He's not going to be able to really guard anybody at an elite level. He'd probably get garbage time or just go in whenever the other team puts in their subs. You're not going to really rely on someone like Malachi Flynn. But again, if you have to find somebody, if you want to get another ball handler, I guess Malachi Flynn's a good option. In my personal opinion, I'd much rather see either Spencer Dinwiddie or Dennis Smith Jr. The Dallas Mavericks are obviously in a win-now mode. We need as much experience as possible, as well as cohesion and chemistry to get this team ready to make another deep push. And I think Spencer Dinwiddie would be a better option. He's played with the team before. He's played his best basketball with the Dallas Mavericks. It would be a good fit. And Dennis Smith Jr. wouldn't be a bad option either. I'm more so team Dinwiddie. I don't know about you guys. I think Spencer would be a good fit. Although he made that one comment about picking the Lakers over the Mavericks, it's whatever. I still think Dinwiddie would be the much better fit. But if we feel like we can't get those guys, why not go for someone like Malachi Flynn? And like I said, the reports show that Malachi Flynn has worked out with the Dallas Mavericks. Now, does that mean that Flynn's automatically getting picked up? No. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other players that currently don't have a contract that have also worked out with the Dallas Mavericks. Maybe we were impressed by some. Maybe we weren't impressed by some. So, for all intents and purposes, Malachi Flynn being worked out with the Dallas Mavericks does not mean that he's on the roster. However, he is being considered and he is an option. And like I said before, I'd much rather get Spencer Dinwiddie, but if we have to give the roster spot to just somebody, sure, why not give it to Malachi Flynn? We could keep that spot open and save that money for the trade deadline if we want to make some more moves. But if we feel like we're very secure in our roster and who we have, and we just need somebody as an insurance policy, as a backup if there's injuries, go right ahead. And a lot of people have been wondering, if we bring on another ball handler, will this impede the development of Jaden Hardy? Jaden Hardy is a player that a lot of people enjoy seeing, that a lot of people believe that could be our third ball handler, even over Dante Exum. But I don't think getting Malachi Flynn would impede on Jaden Hardy at all. I personally would definitely play Jaden Hardy before I played Malachi Flynn. I think Jaden Hardy does have a high ceiling. It's all about getting him minutes and getting him able to be on the floor more, see different things, and to really find himself as a basketball player. But let's take a look at Malachi Flynn's stats. Let's see if there's anything here that really pops out at us, right? He's about 26 years old, so he fits that window, as most of our guys are between like 22 and 25 years old. So 26, he's not old. He's right there. That's perfect. Last year, he averaged 5 points, 5.5 points, 1.7 rebounds, 1.9 assists, shooting 41.8% from the floor, 33% from three, and 73% from the free throw line. For someone who doesn't play that much, for someone who doesn't see the floor that much, that's pretty good. I would imagine with more time, his stats would improve. I've seen guys average 5, 1, and 1 while actually being in the rotation as opposed to being someone on the deep bench. So who knows? Maybe Malachi Flynn could be a good pickup for us. Even as a rental, you just get him for the year, and then next year you just let him walk. Who knows? Maybe you get him. He finds his way in the rotation. He actually surprises a lot of fans. He surprises the front office, and he becomes a Maverick for the long term. We did see how last year we did use our last roster spot on Derrick Jones Jr., who then became a starter. He was in the rotation. It was a key piece for us in the playoffs. So it's not too far-fetched to think that we could do that again with some players that are out on the market. Maybe it's Malachi Flynn. Again, I still believe that Spencer Dinwiddie or Dennis Smith Jr. would be a better option. I'm leaning more towards Spencer Dinwiddie. But you guys let me know down in the comment section, who would you rather have? Spencer Dinwiddie, Dennis Smith Jr., or Malachi Flynn? I'm not sold on Malachi Flynn, but if we're looking at him right now, it's just to explore those options. But that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you for making this far to the video. Make sure to check out our Twitter and Discord. Links in the description below. Consider becoming a channel member. We are doing another giveaway. The winner will be announced in the first week of August. Until next time, y'all take care. Drink water. Peace.